Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Life Biscuits.
Snack size wisdom.
Life Size Impact.
We're in the same room today, folks.
Look out. Lowy and I are on holidays, and here we are together once more.
It's good to be back.
Reliving it like old times. It's great to see you, big fella.
Oh, likewise to you, mate.
Yeah,
if
totally.
you can't see, Glenbo's got a bit of stubble going on.
Holiday stubble going on, mate, you know. It'll stay like this for quite a while. Start to get a bit spindly and feral, and then I will shave it off. Unfortunately, I can't grow a nice beard like most humans.
I'm not one of those most humans. I wish I could grow a beard, but
we should rename our podcast Two Dudes Who Can't Grow Beards. Having a yarn.
That would be accurate.
This is our 38th episode, Lowy. I don't know about you. I've enjoyed the journey.
Yeah, man. Same. 38.
And,
Jeez.
Yeah, 38. They say that most never make it past 10. And here we are at episode 38. I'm gunning for 1 million episodes. No, that's obviously a joke. Speaking of journeys, it's probably something I'd like to touch on. It's had me thinking a bit lately. The idea of a journey and what life is. I was reading a bit of Joseph Campbell, The Hero with 1,000 Faces. And the synopsis of this book, a bit of a classic, and yeah, basically kind of goes through this idea of that we're all on a bit of a journey. The greatest, one of the beautiful quotes from the book is, the greatest opportunity, this is something along the lines of, the greatest opportunity that we have in life is to be who we are. Like, that's it. It is. I'll have to actually find the real quote, because obviously I don't do old Joey Cambo any justice right there with that one. But he talks about these three phases of life, how you kind of, you're here, and then you go on a journey, and then you return from your journey. And it got me thinking about my life. And it's so true. Like, as a teacher, we're teaching all of these teenagers, and if any of them are listening, here's what I've got to say to them. Be excited for your future. Like, so many of them have such a bright future ahead of them. If they look at me back when I was them, it's just chalk and cheese. Like, I was a completely different person to what I am now. I was shy, and I lacked confidence. I was very immature emotionally, and not that I'm super mature emotionally now, but I was very immature emotionally. And yeah, I think that basically I've gone out on this journey. I've kind of found my passion along the way, stumbled across it, Lowy. I never knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a fighter pilot, like in the movies.
Top Gun style.
Top Gun style. I wanted to be a fighter pilot. That was my dream. My brother and I then wanted to be like commercial airline pilots flying around the world. Yeah. We had this book when we were kids called Pierre the Pilot. It was a little kid's book. And this pilot used to go to the airport and eat a croissant. And then go and fly the plane. And it was the dream. We used to go take our dad to the airport. He was a bit of a businessman. And
you guys hang out in the like chain link fence and just be like,
oh wow, look at the airplane. And I still love airplanes to this day, might I add. But I found out at some point there that I was colorblind, and so that dream was dashed. And
dead
so
in the water.
Dead
in the air?
No, I wasn't. I was going to use it. No, just stop yourself there, Glenbo. No inappropriate jokes. And then I was going to, find myself in this no man's land. What do I do now? My dream is over as a sort of 16-year-old. And at that point, I had a dream of going to the Olympics as well. But like when I look back on it now, please. I was very amateur and was like, I don't need a coach. I can coach myself. Holy cow, I was such a loser. As I said, immature. Like, I had no idea what was going on. And I stumbled into uni, not even knowing. I just knew I really like the human body. It's really cool. Yeah. So I did some stuff along those lines. Stumbled into education, and here I am now. Didn't enjoy any of my pracs, like zero. I hated every moment of it. But from day one of teaching, I have absolutely adored it. And through that and engaging with kids and just coaching sport, have found myself a little bit and have gone on this journey of, as you'll be aware of because you've been along the way, as well, this personal growth adventure that has become Life Biscuits. And that's what we even call Life Biscuits at times, is a personal growth adventure. And now I feel like I'm at the point where, and the kids who I teach will know this, where and they'll probably dislike it, but some of them might enjoy it. Every opportunity I can to reflect on life or a quote or an experience and just put it back on how is this going to relate to us as human beings and the way we interact with one another and the way we can take this into our lives and move forward. Like, I feel like that has been my return stage. So Joseph Campbell goes on and says there's the departure stage, and the hero leaves their ordinary world and embarks on this journey. And I left this immature world of growing up and being a dependent teenager, and I went out into the world. Like, my wife and I got married super young, and we had our first leaving home experience at the same time as getting married and starting careers at the same time. Like, all of this happened at once. So it's this big change that we went through, and that departure stage became the initiation stage of life and figuring it all out, and slowly but surely just finding your passion. You know, it wasn't an overnight thing. And now I feel like, even though I'm still a youngster, really, the return stage, and Campbell talks about the hero returns to their ordinary world transformed by their experience. And I feel like there's definitely been a transformation for me over the years to become who I am today. And I believe that there's plenty more transformation to happen as I continue to grow older and hopefully a little bit wiser. But yeah, I think that we all have this path ahead of us.
Yeah.
And so I'm so excited for the kids of today. My kids, you know, we often look at doom and gloom of the future, but one phrase that I really love is the best is yet to come. And I think the best is yet to come for so many people out there, including myself. Even though I'm a middle-aged man, I believe the best is yet to come for me and my family, and I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah, just wanted to share that idea of a journey, and life is a journey, and we're always on that journey, and it is an experience, and we've just got to learn from it and see what we can give back.
You were talking about that piece of advice about be who you were meant to be.
Yep.
Yeah.
As in what, just then?
Yeah, just then. Just be who you're meant to be. I feel like, you know, as humans, we have this like inbuilt DNA, but we have so much plasticity to be able to be who you are meant to be, obviously, but also like there's so much to the journey. It's like, if you're thinking about, you know, like you were talking about, I didn't know what you wanted to be. You can be whatever you want to be, like, and that's still you. Yeah. Like, don't just be like, man, if I don't find it, like, it'll be the end of the world. Like, I've never lived to my potential. Like, feel free to explore. Like, be a pilot if you can be a pilot for a bit, right? And then find you can have more than one passion. You can have a whole range of impacts on the world, and still be who you want to be or meant to be.
Yeah, for sure. I think we live in a world at the moment where we feel like we kind of have to fit into a certain mold or a certain persona or a certain box to be accepted and whatnot. And I don't know. Everyone's on their own journey, I think, and I think being authentic is not. I think it's actually being aware. As we know, everything starts with awareness. We say it almost every podcast, but being aware that there's all of these pressures on you to be something and someone, and being authentic to yourself, I think, is just not necessarily going, well, that's what everyone's telling me to be, so I'm not going to be it because I'm being me. I think it's just being aware that there are these influences and that you don't have to buy into them. It may be that that's where you fit, but at the same time, we've just got to explore, go on that journey, and really find that little something unique You know, we're all unique. We have such an amazing, you know, it's a miracle that we're all here when you look at the odds, which we spoke about last episode, I think, the odds of you being here. And so just taking those little steps one at a time to find who you are, really just embrace the things you love, lean in, as we would say when we're cultivating the planted acronym, the L, lean in to growth and who you are, and figure it out. Find your people.
I love it.
I'm just looking at Joseph Campbell quotes as we speak, and I stumble across this one. Vegetarians are people who cannot hear tomatoes screaming. I don't know if this is the same Joseph Campbell, because all the others are quite profound.
Profound, and this one's about
But anyway,
what did I want to do when I was growing up? I'm thinking about your story. I was I knew I wanted to be three things. I was like, oh, I'm going to be a farmer.
No, serious.
Yeah,
Crazy.
I'd get off the Westbrook bus at 3, almost 4 o'clock, and I'd like dash home, drop my bag off, and we like had a block of land next to us, and I built like these little brick garden beds, and I'd just sit there and like level my bricks up real neat, and then like make sure that my soil is neat. Like neatly leveled, and then I'd plant some of the seeds that Mum would give me.
Good work, Larry.
Yeah, but then that didn't work out.
It reminds me, actually, I just had a flashback. I worked for this weird business. It was like a dude at church who ran this, strange business. A few of us got together and did some, like, I wouldn't call it landscaping, because we had zero talent. I still have zero talent. But we'd go around to people's houses through connections. Obviously, these people have gone, oh, this business, I know someone who can do some little retaining walls for you.
No, yeah.
And we'd go, and to be honest, I used to look at the work we did and think, there's no way anyone's paying for this. Like, we were bad at this. I just remember this one
how old
little,
were you? Like just teenagers?
Like 18 or something. Yeah. I think it was first year of uni on the side. Perhaps we were doing this little shindigaroo, and it was just atrocious work that we used to produce for these people. Like, I remember this one particular, you mentioned lining up bricks.
Yeah.
Someone was doing this like little brick edging. Oh my gosh. Like, I've still got it burnt into my memory how bad this little angled brick with cement just drenched all over it. Disgusting. And then we'd go and sort of say, oh, that'll be $400. Take the money and run. And we were kind of this good deed business. I don't know how it was. I can't really remember how it was portrayed, but or marketed. But oh my hat. Flashback. I still have no skill in the yard. But yeah.
Your garden looks pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, don't look too
not too
close.
bad.
Don't
Okay.
look too close now.
Most of the time I rock up to Mardo's place at night
night,
time,
yeah.
so I can't see anything.
And that's the way I like it. Now, just to finish on Joseph Campbell before we duck across to the Life Biscuits page. This is just to finish. Furthermore, we have not even to risk the adventure alone. So we're talking about going on this adventure of life. We don't need to risk it alone. For the heroes of all time have gone before us. The labyrinth is thoroughly known. We have only to follow the thread of the hero path. And where we had thought to find abomination, we shall find God. Where we had thought to slay another, we shall slay ourselves. Where we had thought to travel outward, we shall come to the center of our own existence. And where we had thought to be alone, we shall be with all the world.
Profound.
People have gone before us, right?
Yeah.
They've taken time. This is why we say, like, read books and listen to books, and because the heroes of all time have gone and given us the blueprint.
Yeah.
And we're sitting here floundering with ourselves going, I don't know what to do next. And we're saying, oh, I don't know what to eat on the menu at the restaurant. There's bigger decisions in life, people. All right, Life Biscuits. We've been posting every day. Started last week with a few little vids. And yeah, I think, again, we're just doing it out of when we journal, little thoughts that pop into the train of thought there, and just get them down into a little bit of a graphic and throw them on the interwebs for hopefully helping someone. And then we thought, let's take this bad boy to the next level and whack a video up. So here we are doing a bit more video content for, throwing my not so good looking head in the shot.
You're right, mate. Walk me through what the days are. So you've got Monday Mindset.
Mindset Monday, yes.
Top Tip Tuesday.
Tuesday Top Tip.
Wednesday Wisdom.
Now, of course, don't like to sound like we're tooting our own horn. Much of that wisdom obviously comes from the heroes of old time.
Yeah, old time who've walked the path before us
Exactly.
and left us the thread of the Minotaur lair. I don't know, Greek mythology. Yeah, you'll tell us.
Sounds good. And then Thrive Thursday. Thrive is obviously our acronym for condition. And then Friday, we were going to do Family Friday or Fitness Friday.
Right.
And then I thought we do need to just lighten the mood every now and then. So we went with the Friday funny, but we'll probably throw in some Fitness Friday, maybe a couple of vids on Fridays. We'll see how we go for time. And we'll throw them out there. Hopefully people can enjoy it just to start their day and just jump on that little snack size wisdom and see if it can bring you some impact in your life. Again, we do it because it benefits us, and we just share it because we hope it might then benefit other people
for sure.
as well. Lowy being out in the bush, you might be wondering why Lowy hasn't been on the vids.
It's actually because Glenbo is a machine and he's carrying the weight of this team. But I'm trying to pull my weight.
It's a bit harder when he's out bush with a bunch of kids and he's like, "Just wait, kids. I've got to take a video.
I've got to get some lighting and get my film on."
And so it's only been a week, obviously. I didn't even really we just jumped in and did it. And so there will be Lowy's mug will end up on there, but you've just got to give a brother some grace. And he's doing uni as well, the big horse. So, look, it's all happening. What are some of the posts, Lowy, that you've enjoyed over the last couple of weeks? And then we'll wrap her up.
Every single one of them, but we'll, just one each?
Yeah, let's go one each. I don't even remember where our last one was. I think it was probably, around here.
Well,
we're looking at the screen.
I've got this one up here. I don't know if you can see it. It's probably reversed. You are your greatest obstacle. And I just jeez.
Yeah, sorry, it's up.
It's up,
Put a bit of music on that one.
I was driving. I actually forgot my laptop charger today, and I had to drive all the way back to work to get it, and then all the way back. And it's a 4-hour combined drive, and I put an audiobook in and then just completely zoned out, and I was just in my head. I didn't even realize that. Just 2 hours there. Oh yeah, cool. Didn't crash. Just nice. In the zone.
Were you in the zone with the book, or just in the zone?
Well, I don't know. I think I was Can
you recall the book?
Well, I was listening to a Star Wars book. Because I just recently finished The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer, which I highly recommend. And I was like,
is he the essay guy?
No, that's Peter Singer. Also a great. Yeah, this one's just all about introspection and your brain and all that sort of stuff. And I was just like, man, your default is just going into your brain and then thinking thoughts and just being inside that mental prison / jungle there. And I feel like there's so many things in life that if we just revert to our base default, if we just get into our head, and then that's where thoughts can kind of snowball around. And I think last episode, a few episodes ago, we talked about, just positive self-talk. And I think, just reminding ourselves that we're the only people stopping us from achieving anything we want. The ability to have success and to define success for ourselves is just in our head. We can change that in an instant by reframing our mindset and then going from there. So
if that is not one of the most kind of profound realizations that you can have, I don't know what is. And I mean, it's really at the foundation of the Life Bickies kind of ethos, is that we choose not only our attitude to any circumstance, but that we are the authors of what we're doing. We are the captains of our ship and all that sort of thing. This concept of, I love the idea of lucid dreaming. I don't know if you've, lucid dreaming, where you,
being able to control your dreams.
Exactly. So listeners, a lucid dream, if you're not aware, is kind of where you're dreaming, you're asleep. But in the dream, you kind of realize, wait a second, I'm dreaming. And that you can control your dream and what happens in it. Yes. Anyway, that just stopped on us, so we're back. But yeah, the fact that is true for us in real life, probably maybe not to the exact extent, but the fact that we can kind of choose how our day is going to go. Super powerful once you kind of grab that concept.
100%.
My favourite post, Lowy, for the week was, you will love life when your soul is fulfilled by what you do. And I think that's why I just got into teaching once I was there. So I fell into it, as I described earlier, but once I was there, like, I don't think in my 18 years of teaching, I don't think there's been more than a handful of days that I have not wanted to go to work. I wake up, I'm keen to get there, I'm keen to see the kids that I teach, I'm keen to see the staff that I work with, and I do get a sense of fulfillment of just, it fulfills my soul, and that's why I'm anxious to, move on, particularly from my school or from teaching, because why would I when it fulfills my soul every day? And I do feel for people who are just yearning for the next holiday or the next break, or they live for the weekend, so to speak. Like, weekends are great, holidays are awesome, love them. But I couldn't imagine just working to just get there. Just dreaming of the future only, rather than being fulfilled by what you do each day. I'm pretty confident that I would quit if I wasn't enjoying it. I know that's easier said than done because paycheck and whatnot, but I'm pretty confident that I wouldn't be hanging around. I'd be like, if I was hating my job, I would be out of there so quick.
I wonder if the next level is like just finding life that fills the soul. Like, when life just fills your soul, not just your work, but like even pain and misery. And you're just like, yeah, that's good stuff. Like, that just makes me love life. Like, just being in such in harmony with like coherent harmonic resonance with like everything life is like throwing your way.
Yeah, like, I mean, very difficult to say. I think if you think of the worst of human experience being, hardcore grief, loss of a child, some of the suffering that perhaps war brings and whatnot. I don't know if you'll be like, true. This is so good. But I get what you're saying in that, like, when those experiences and emotions come, validating them and feeling them fully and knowing that this is part of the human experience. I think there's definitely elements of truth to that, and then how we can work with our thinking in those scenarios, knowing that it's thoughts that trigger emotions, and those thoughts we can then kind of change to experience those emotions in a certain way, which may affect our trajectory in our futures and our current states and all that sort of thing. So yeah, look, I think for me, I'm in a good spot. Life is totally worth living, and I'm loving my family, and I'm loving my work, and I'm loving, as you say, life. Like, so it's good. And I hope that doesn't rub it in for people who aren't, because there's obviously people who might be listening who don't have that experience. Then I really hope that one day you will feel that satisfaction and sense of purpose and fulfillment of just being alive. Love it. Tell you what's scary though. I'm almost 40, double that. I'm almost dead. Holy crap, because life feels like it's been a flash in the pan.
That 4 hours went so quick this afternoon. So.
Oh man.
You think about how many meals you have left, like, because you get 3 meals a day. Well,
I've never thought
ish, and you're like, I'm gonna be healthy. I know we should be talking about health and all that sort of stuff, but like, yeah. Anyway, for another episode.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, let's wrap it up, Larry. It's been a while. It's been so good to see you, my brother.
Good to see you too, my bro.
And we'll hopefully get together again soon. And we'll say peace out to all of our Bicky heads out there.
Adios, amigos.
And please follow us along on the social medias and get a bit of a daily inspo, if you will. I hope you enjoy it. We do it for ourselves and hope that it can be beneficial to you as well. But it's been wild. Love you all. And we'll see you again soon.